as an old banker, I thought, how can I contribute to this audience this afternoon? And I thought I'm not competent enough to talk about ICOs, but I have identified one of the problems that reduces the adoption rate of crypto economics in our big project we are running here, and this is what I call account centricity of banks. If you go to a bank, they don't look at you as a person, they look at you as an account. And I think in order to increase adoption rate of crypto economics or token economics, we have to change that and become more human-centric, and I call that the digital human-centric banking. So, partially as a software engineer and a banker, you become also a philosopher. So from time to time, I take the time and think about me and my life. And I met once Mr. Hofstetter, who wrote a book, The Mind and I. And I was reflecting recently about how do we deal with the digital world and what does it mean for us. And so the question is, how links iPhone or digital to the mind's eye? In the Asian world, if you go to a yogi or if you learn about spiritual things, you start to understand that your eye is composed of your body here. My thinking, you can take this out and look at it like in Harry Potter's, when they took the thoughts out, and my emotions, which is basically my human programming language to combine my feelings and the thoughts and the patterns I'm acting. But in the reality now we are developing something new, what I would call the digital soul. Because it's not rigid here only, it's also rigid on the internet that counts. And if we talk about crypto economics, maybe my digital footprint on the internet is more important for me to do business than my real integrity as a human being. And so we were thinking about how will that transformation be from account-centric to human-centric. I think one of the key elements is that everybody needs something we called family office as a banker. Family offices do not manage only the assets of wealthy people, but they manage also the governance of the family, they manage the talent, they manage every aspect of the wealthy family's life and help them to deal with the complexity of being wealthy and rich. And these tools, I think in the future world, where we leave our data in the internet, we need that to be managed. So we thought about how will the dashboard or the cockpit or the account or the wallet, however you call it, be in the future. And we are convinced that it will somehow support the value creation process in the sense that we will have not only our account relationships in the tool, we will have all other values or asset classes in this wallet. We will have our risk management in this wallet, and we will also have the healthcare dossier in this wallet, because my grandfather said already as a banker, health equals to wealth. and because health is an important part of your capabilities to create wealth and your risk and the cost that are involved in your life. And we will have our personal CV and our capabilities, and especially the footprint we leave on the internet to be managed. So we are at Rigiblue, we are thinking about this cockpit and building that on a blockchain-based solution in order that every user can own his industrialized family office. You can imagine the whole cockpit three-dimensionally, because if you have a family, this cockpit exists and collaborates within every member of the family and with every of your stakeholder in your life. In a world where we talk about blockchain, we talk a lot about smart contracts. And smart contracts is, as I know since '82, software. Software can have problems, errors, and so on, as we saw with the DAO, for instance, was not perfect, the idea. So the code is somehow the law in this crypto economics. Even if we are evolving and blockchains like Tezos start thinking about governance. But what does that mean? We will see a so-called tyranny of smart contracts. Smart contracts will try to classify us as investors, as human beings, and to apply solutions, products, and other things, treatments, for instance, to us in that world. So we require the tools and the skills to deal with smart contracts. Because on one side, me as a person, I have to keep a certain integrity, because if I look into LinkedIn, we are all CEOs, chairmen, whatever, leaderships, serial entrepreneurs, but in reality we are not, and this creates an integrity problem. And on the other side, if we do that, we will not get the right proposals from the crypto economic systems. So this is a short view what we have to manage and what is involved in such a cockpit system. So where me as a person, I have to manage my talent, my network, my governance, my financial planning, liquidity, my risk management, and then my assets. So what I tried to say here is this is probably the next mega trend and a lot of opportunity for startups who can build such a cockpit or a life management platform, as we call it, in order to have a new user experience where we can combine traditional and new financial systems, where we have the possibility to use tools managing all our assets, skills, and digital footprint on the net.